if people think we're going to know about what's going on with, J6, a year from now, we're never going to know still. But, I mean, I know, I'm sure you know. So, I mean, and my family knows, and people that I love and care about, know. My attorney even said to me last week, when I did an interview with our local paper, they were supposed to run a story about me. Well, they nixed the story because they saw how well I was doing and how egregious everything was done to me. So they didn't even run the story. That's how they're so liberal where I'm from, Pittsburgh. But he even said, he goes, Jen, you're right about everything you said. And from 4 years ago to now, I told him it was a setup, all this stuff. And he's like, you're right. Because he didn't think that at first. Now he's thinking it. And he's not like a huge Trump guy, but he's conservative. But he's even saying, but, I don't know if we'll ever know the truth about anything. They've been lying to us forever, unfortunately.
I hear you. I mean, you definitely believe it was probably peaceful. You believe that the protesters were provoked.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely. Yeah,
that would be your stance.
It's 110%. I mean, I walked up on that lawn and when I was walking up, I was kind of confused because I'm seeing the scaffolding and I'm like, okay, is this where we're going to have the rally? And then I just saw gases in the air. And of course, I'm following Kenny because I told Kenny, even to this day, like, you're my ride and die. Like, if I'm going somewhere, you're my first, you're my draft pick, number one. So we just start walking up. And then that's when I saw, people just throwing stuff. I saw cops shoving people. And then that's when I started seeing I think it was a DC Metro. Yeah. Police coming in and they were just hitting people with batons, just walking through. And I'm like, oh my God. And that's when this gentleman he was dressed all in brown. I don't know who he is. I see him in videos, really big guy. He must have took mercy on me. I don't know if he knew something. He was somebody that knew it was going to happen, but he picked me up off the ground and put me next to him and said, you're going to get hurt. And then that's when the DC police and the protesters just started just going after each other, like punching each other and stuff. And then after that, the tear gas can came right at my feet and I fell over the wall. And, then that was when I went in. I was done. I was like, get me the hell out of here, because I didn't want to get hit with, God forbid, what else next. I mean, if I would have got hit with a baton, that would have broke a rib, would have broke my nose. I'm a very petite person. So it wasn't, I didn't see the police helping anyone that day. It wasn't like a BLM protest where you saw on TV where they're spitting in the officer's face and they're just standing there taking it. No, these officers weren't taking it. They were giving it back. And I'm not saying everybody was angels there, but
Yeah, right. Well, do you feel like most of the people that were causing trouble were provocateurs, or do you think a lot of them were actual just people who got riled up?
I think the provocateurs were the ones that were throwing things because they knew what to do to get it riled up. I honestly think when I was walking down Constitutional Boulevard, everyone was in a great mood. We were all happy. No one was, fucking around and seeing what happened. Everyone was cool. It was when we got down there, that's when I was like, and honestly, I thought it was Antifa that was doing it. Now I'm thinking back, I'm like, there was no way. That was undercover cops, undercover informants doing that because they had a plan in mind, and it was done pretty well to get us. And I remember when I was climbing up to get up the stairwell, there was a gentleman there dressed all in brown. He was just like helping us all up. And Kenny even said, he goes, I think that guy, like, years later when I got to talk to him, he's like, I know that guy had to have been like a Fed or undercover because he was ready. He was just like, everyone get up. And then there was guys with bullhorns saying, come in, and I'm like, who the hell was going to bring a bullhorn here? I didn't, what I mean? Like, in gas mask. Like, you don't bring a gas mask unless you know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I hear you. Some people definitely look like they were dressed for a different event than most of the other people.
Yeah, I was wearing a Trump jersey that I had custom made. It was a hockey jersey. It had Trump's head on it, face on it on the front, and it said Trump 20 on the back. it was paper thin. I had maybe like an Under Armour thing underneath. I was not ready for any of the stuff that was going down that day. So,
Right.
yeah, I 100% believe that it was definitely a setup. And do I think a lot of the cops were in on it? Probably not. I think they were just so overwhelmed because they were just never told what was going to
Right.
happen, and I've been around a lot of cops. I've only been around a few cops that I've been like, wow, they are very cool and collective under pressure. Because, it's a hard job and you do get the best of you. But there has been many that I've seen in situations that I'm like, could have been handled better. I'm just saying. And I'm a
Yeah.
daughter of a cop. I was married to a cop, and my uncle is a cop. So I've been around them. So definitely, that was pretty out of hand. And I think a lot of people took a lot of pride in hurting us too that day.